since it is still Black History Month. My boy, we finna watch a video talking about how fast food has ruined the black community. You feel me? I forgot what the YouTuber's name that is bringing us this video, but we gonna learn very soon. We gonna make sure we look at it. It ain't shit to look at it by the end of the video or during the video. We gonna figure out who this is, give him the proper due respect and credit that he deserves for this video. Cause I haven't really thought about it, like how fast food. I have thought about it, but it's like I overlook it. It goes to the back of my brain when I think about how fast food really destroyed how just black families in general cook. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers used to actually know how to cook in the community. And we used to spend that time to build real relationships with our family, friends, and network with other people because people would cook at home. You invite said family, friend, co-worker, network, whoever you want to network with to the home place that you love. You feel me? Or one of your homes. You could have, if you have a high status, you have multiple homes, you can invite them to the home that you love and provide them with good food, not from fast food, not from restaurant, but something you prepared. Some people might actually respect that a lot more. You could actually, I feel like that could leverage and help you more whenever you're bargaining because it shows that you're a skillful person. You have a variety of skills in your palate. Not only do you know how to do etc., but you know how to cook as well. That means you know how to provide for yourself, take care of yourself, and maintain your body, your vessel that you carry on every day. That's things I'm thinking about when I'm thinking about how fast food not ruin, but plays a part in hindering the black community because we could just go out and grab some food every day. And doing that, if you do that on an everyday basis, you spending your money on food that's not really healthy for your body. If you're doing it because, that's all you can do right now, because buying groceries is just as expensive sometimes if the money a little funny. If you got to go to the store and buy a hella shit, it's hard to find good quality food for affordable price. You feel me? So you're going to have to cook that food that damn near that same day or that same week so that food don't spoil because it's not the best quality or you got to do what you got to do. You feel me? You don't have the best place to store the food so they could last as long as you need to. People settle with fast food because you're going to eat the food the same day anyway. So why not go there, get the food, save your time cooking, eat, watch TV, sleep. It repeats the same cycles that we do every day that probably, you feel me, build bad habits. But you could have that mindset with anything in this world. If you look at something negatively, you can always see why it can negatively affect your life. If there were more fast foods that actually catered to healthy living, producing healthy food for their community to help uplift them, we'll be telling a different story. But because we have fast foods like McDonald's, Burger King, White Castle, Popeyes, goddamn, uh, what else? Goddamn, random shit. Just In and Out Burgers. Some of the places they have good mission statements. They have good motives, and you feel me? They based on good grounds. But at the end of the day, some of them still provide shitty food. You feel me? So we gonna react to your diggity. Your diggity. You feel me, my boy? Explain how fast food has played a part in destroying Black America. Now that I'm doing my little intro, you feel me? Get your seats ready. Let's rock and roll.
They told you fast food was about convenience. Quick meals for busy families.
Tight
The
shit.
American dream of efficiency and affordability. But what if I told you that behind those golden arches and secret recipes was something much darker? What if fast food wasn't just feeding America, it was systematically destroying Black America, one neighborhood at a time?
I can believe it.
Picture this. It's 1968. Dr. King has just been murdered. Over 100 cities are burning. When the smoke clears, something strange happens in Black neighborhoods across America. The grocery stores don't come back. The banks don't return. The insurance companies refuse to cover new businesses. But somehow, mysteriously, the fast food chains start moving in. Not immediately. There's
That a new conspiracy theory that I just haven't been aware of. They pushed out all the black businesses, black schools from the segregation era. They substituted those businesses and those locations and property owners. They substituted them with every fast food and other cultural equivalent stores and businesses.
smarter than that.
That's
They
crazy.
wait just long enough for people to get desperate.
That's fucking
Then
crazy.
they arrive like saviors.
That's so
offering
fucking crazy. Like, bro, imagine if instead of having a McDonald's down the street, you had a black owned whatever. It's black owned. You feel me? It's not segregated to black onlys, but it's just a black owned business at an affordable price. Imagine if we had, since the 70s, a black-owned business that's just been sitting there, building this experience, building this wealth with the community, right in that spot where that McDonald's, where your crib is at. If you could just think about the nearest fast food spot, imagine if there was a black-owned or Hispanic or a cultural, whatever cultural place, ethnic group place you are fucking with. You feel me? Imagine that was a business that's been there and had the privilege to flourish as any other business like McDonald's, or you feel me, the big ass corporation businesses that's flourished because of the monopolization of the, you feel me, of the property and the land of being excluded and what's the word? I'm gonna fix this shit up. Imagine if black businesses was able to stay in their locations instead of being kicked out and replaced with these big ass, high ass corporation businesses like McDonald's, Speedways, all these gas stations. Because imagine if it was a black owned gas station, a Mexican owned a Mexican owned gas station, a Chinese owned gas station. You feel me? Whatever ethnic group you want to put, race group you want to put in front of it, gas station. Imagine if one of those instead of one of these big ass Speedway, Shells, etc. type shit. Because they had to get booted out around this time. During the civil rights era, a lot of shit was just being changed.
Cheap food and franchise opportunities to communities that had been abandoned by everyone else. This wasn't an accident. This wasn't market forces. This was a calculated takeover that would span decades and destroy generations. While white suburbs got fresh supermarkets and family restaurants, black neighborhoods got drive-thrus and dollar menus. They called it urban development. They called it economic opportunity. But what it really was the creation of a new kind of segregation. One that didn't care where you sat, but controlled what you ate, how long you lived, and whose pockets your money filled. By the end of this video, you'll understand how fast food corporations helped build a system of economic control
that shit is crazy. The more he talk about it, bro, because they putting all these Shells, they putting all these McDonald's, they putting all these big ass corporation fast foods alike by these communities where that's nothing, that's what all we have to buy and spend our money on. Guess who we're feeding? The said CEOs of these businesses, people that's have their stakes in these businesses, that have high percentage stakes in these businesses. That's who all these low income families are being feeding, because this is all we have around in the area to eat. You're putting more money in the pockets of the people that's hindering our development type shit. That shit is annoying. If you're not a little annoyed by this shit, you feel me? You gotta talk to that person in the mirror a little bit.
Makes the old Jim Crow look simple by comparison. Let me take you back to April 4th, 1968. It don't matter what race you is. Martin Luther King Jr. is dead, and America is on fire. Detroit, Chicago, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., over 100 cities explode in rage and grief. When the National Guard finally leaves and the curfews are lifted, entire business districts in black neighborhoods have been reduced to ash and rubble. But here's what they don't teach you in history class. Most of those businesses never came back. The insurance companies showed up with their clipboards and their calculations, took one look at the damage, and made a decision that would reshape Black America forever. They refused to pay out claims. They canceled policies. They redlined entire neighborhoods, declaring them too risky for coverage. Without insurance, banks wouldn't loan money for rebuilding. Without loans, there could be no new grocery stores, no pharmacies, no restaurants. The very businesses that had anchored these communities for generations were effectively banned from returning. Sarah Jackson owned a grocery store on 12th Street in Detroit before the uprising. 3 generations of her family had shopped there, worked there, built their lives around that corner store. After the fires, she applied for insurance to rebuild. The company told her the neighborhood was now classified as high risk. The premium would cost more than her entire annual revenue. Sarah Jackson never reopened her store. Neither did the Johnson family's restaurant down the street.
Yeah.
Neither did the Williams Brothers pharmacy on the corner. Multiply Sarah's story by thousands, and you begin to understand what really happened in the aftermath of 1968. This wasn't just property damage. This was economic amputation. Entire food systems that had sustained black communities were surgically removed, leaving behind empty lots and hungry people. And into this manufactured void, the fast food chains began to circle like vultures. But that's just the beginning of how they weaponized black hunger for profit. If you want more hidden stories like this, subscribe to Black Stories Untold. Now, back to how corporate America turned tragedy into opportunity. The first McDonald's in a black neighborhood wasn't built in 1968. That would have been too obvious, too cruel even for them. No, they waited. They studied. They let the desperation marinate for a few years, while white families fled to the suburbs, taking their grocery stores and sit-down restaurants with them. By 1972, when the first golden arches went up in devastated Detroit, it looked like salvation. Herman Petty was one of the first black McDonald's franchise owners in the country. In 1972, McDonald's corporate approached him with what seemed like the opportunity of a lifetime. They would help him open a restaurant in his own community. They would provide training, marketing support, and the backing of America's fastest growing restaurant chain. What they didn't tell Herman was that he was part of an experiment, a test to see if black franchise owners could be used to extract wealth from black communities more efficiently than white owners ever could. The numbers tell the story. Herman's McDonald's in Detroit generated over $2 million in revenue in its first 5 years. Sounds impressive, right? Here's what's not impressive. Herman's take-home profit averaged about $40,000 a year. Meanwhile,
that's all I was thinking. Like, it sounded all cool that they allowing him to build like a franchise McDonald's in his community, but he still, the money he taking home compared to the big dogs, the higher people that's higher than him, he not making no more than the highest manager in that damn shop, bro. He still barely, even though 40,000 during that time is probably it's a lot of money. I gotta do the math for him. In the 70s, how much making 40,000 a year really was, because that's not, you feel me, for that time, it's not that bad. 40,000 a year in today's time, it's kind of crazy. If you got a full family and you feel me, your wife not working, because in this time and era, you more often than not, either your wife is working and you feel me, you have the higher paying job, or she's not working at all. She's at home. You feel me? So it's like you are paying for the whole life of your family off of this 40,000, and you black in America. You feel me? So there's gonna be a lot of shit you gotta pay for, brother. Unnecessary shit, regardless of what money you make. You feel me? And he think he making some money right now, unless he invests his money in the right proper things. But it looks like he did from these photos. He probably invested his money the right way, while it's still early in this you feel me, in his upbringing. He's able to, feel me, build some more money and get out this era of just being 40,000, not being stuck in this, you feel me, in this tax bracket. But even then, it be helping feed into the community, feed the bigger people pockets. You know, you taking the smallest bit of the money, the motherfuckers above you, these niggas probably making still $1 million this time and that time. They's probably still taking home millions of dollars compared to what he taking home. And they just doing this as a test to see if it's work in the black community, which it fucking did.
McDonald's corporate collected franchise fees, rent on the property they owned, forced purchases of equipment and supplies, and advertising fees. For every dollar that walked through Herman's door, about 85 cents walked right back out to corporate headquarters in white suburban Chicago.
Yeah.
But even that wasn't the most insidious part. See, McDonald's had done their homework. They knew that black communities had higher rates of diabetes and heart disease even before fast food arrived. They knew that poverty meant people were looking for cheap calories, not healthy options. They knew that in neighborhoods without full-service grocery stores,
let alone in this time, still the chances of a lot of these motherfuckers being able to, you feel me, read and properly understand what they're eating, if they even had labels, because in this time they probably didn't provide labels on the food that they selling. So niggas is really eating mystery meat and don't know what the fuck they eating.
Fast food would become not just convenient, but necessary. They weren't just opening restaurants, they were creating dependency. The marketing strategy was surgical in its precision. McDonald's began pouring advertising dollars into black radio stations, black magazines, and black community events. They sponsored basketball tournaments in neighborhoods that had no
that's probably the only good thing, if there's any good McDonald's did, was to provide the McDonald's All-American game that they did in Chicago, because I got to see a couple of the future greats in those games. You feel me? It's a lot of buzz, but a lot of future greats go to them games if they, you feel me, get invited to them. You feel me? If you got a family, if y'all a good sports family, I think this is definitely a good event to go to, the McDonald's All American game, because if you want to follow the story of a player, it's a high chance a good player, next, let alone the next great one, is going to be at this game.
Grocery stores, but 3 fast food
But
restaurants.
mind you, today's time, just to be on this topic of McDonald's All American games, they have Jordan. They have the Jordan high rank games. They got the Nike. Now it's in the shoe brand's hands. So that's where you want, if you want to look for the next great athlete, you gotta look. You got more variety, not just McDonald's nowadays, because they finna low key. They might stop doing those because Nike, Adidas, Jordan, and just other athletic brands are starting to do their own, you feel me, high class, top of the class, 5-star recruited, invited scrimmages.
Within a 2-block radius.
So who
They
knows how
hired
long
black
McDonald's gonna be doing
advertising
this for?
executives who understood exactly how to make processed food feel like community, how to make
And
corporate
they don't even
profits
eat
feel
McDonald's like
black
that.
pride.
Besides, the only nigga that eat McDonald's like this is Ocho Cinco. Don't let Ocho Cinco see this video, or somebody needs to send this to Ocho Cinco. Fuck you talking about? I'm gonna low key send this to Ocho Cinco so he can see this shit.
By
All that
1980,
McDonald's he be
something
eating.
unprecedented was happening in urban America. For the first time in human history, there were neighborhoods where it was easier to buy a Big Mac than an apple,
That's
where
right by
children could
airport.
walk to 5 different
Going to the airport is where you gonna see heli fast food. That blew my mind. I only been on an airplane probably I only been on an airplane 2 times in my life. So when I was going to the airport, I made plenty like driving, picking up friends, family, picking up and driving, dropping off at the airport. Seeing all them fast foods back to back, bro, that should be crazy as hell to me. I didn't know that they could do all that. I be thinking in my mind, I think about SpongeBob with the Krabby Patty and the Chum Bucket right across the street and the rivalry. Like, do these you feel me? Do these fast food corporations really be battling over who gonna spend their money over here versus over there? You feel me? I be thinking like that shit real. Cause I wonder, nigga gonna put a Burger King right next to my McDonald's. I'll be McDonald's beefing with my Burger King every damn day, nigga. My formula better than your formula type shit. But I don't know if that's what they really be on. I think they all think they finna utilize making their money by any means,
fast food
by any
restaurants,
means necessary.
but couldn't find a single place to buy fresh vegetables. This wasn't happening by accident, and it wasn't happening in white neighborhoods. But what they did next would make this look like child's play. The 1980s was when fast food corporations stopped pretending they cared about nutrition and went full predator. They had spent a decade testing their strategies, and now they knew exactly what worked. The crack epidemic was devastating black communities, unemployment was skyrocketing, and Reagan was cutting food assistance programs. Families that were already struggling now faced even deeper poverty, and the fast food industry saw opportunity. KFC launched a marketing campaign specifically targeting what they called urban
Was this the
consumers.
$1?
Internal documents from the era, obtained through later lawsuits, show they studied shopping patterns, family
Lifesavers?
structures, and even welfare
Bro,
payment
what?
schedules to maximize their marketing impact. They learned that many families received government assistance on the 1st and 15th of each month, so they timed their promotions accordingly. They weren't just selling food, they were designing a system to capture as much government assistance money as possible. Burger King took a different approach. They focused on children. Their marketing research showed that brand loyalty formed as early as age 3, and that children in single-parent households
God damn. Niggas they've been hypnotizing motherfuckers through these commercials for years to continue to feed into this propaganda of eating that fast food. These niggas have studied how early it is to put in the motherfucker's subconscious that, hey, maybe I should eat this. If I see this, I should eat that. Because I believe it. When I was younger, I used to watch a lot of Looney Tunes. So my early stages of figuring out what I should try to eat is off of TV. I was very impressionable from the TV. Whether it was cartoons or just regular people. Like watching SpongeBob, I really wanted a fucking cheeseburger. So I would get my cheeseburgers plain because I try to eat a cheeseburger with everything on it. I was not fucking with it. I eat my cheeseburger with cheese only. I don't need nothing else. If I add anything else, it's gonna be some fries on the burger. But I'd rather eat my fries on the side, not on top of the sandwich or inside the sandwich. No, bro, I'm good on that. Give me my burger with cheese only. Simple job. If you fuck that up, bro, you deserve to get fired. Because when I come through the line and order my plain cheeseburger, my plain double cheeseburger, I should be able to re-establish order in the kitchen. Because it's a simple order and it shouldn't take too long. That don't mean cook it quick as fuck. because it's a simple order. No, treat that just like every other meal, but pay close attention. I don't want no extra shit on my shit. Make sure everybody else got the shit that they need. So when I got my shit, I don't have no extra shit. If I want to have extra shit, I can put it on myself. How about that? Let me add my own condiments. I don't trust you niggas condiments. I don't trust you niggas at all. So why would I want to put on all this extra unhealthy shit on my burger when this burger already unhealthy? Give me my burger with just cheese and meat, no diddy. Just give me my burger like that. I'm cool. I can live a longer, healthier life just like that, my boy. You feel me? And nonetheless, that was from SpongeBob. You feel me? In times that haven't worked, watching, you feel me, Looney Tunes. Bugs Bunny, all he used to eat is carrots. That nigga in my young mind, as a young kid, I was like, okay, let me try a carrot. He make them bitches look like candy. He eat them bitches every episode. He eat them bitches every 5 seconds. He eat them bitches and turn up. You feel me? Is Popeyes, this TV show Popeyes. Nigga eat the spinach and turn up. Niggas would eat food and turn the fuck up. And that's, you feel me, how they would promote that shit to kids. And some people would actually like, if I was watching that, I would try and eat that shit. Taste nasty. Fuck no. Find something else to eat. So when they would eat their spinach, eat their carrots, I'll eat along with them. It might not be healthy, but we doing the same type of motion type shit. It's crazy how it's a real study on how early shit like that starts off and how impressionable kids are when you put that into shows, let alone a commercial. This just shows you how much time they spent into making sure niggas don't ever flourish in their communities, that they stay where they want motherfuckers to stay.
More influence over family food decisions. So they flooded black neighborhoods with playgrounds, birthday party packages, and toys designed to create emotional connections between toddlers and burgers. They were literally programming the next generation to crave processed food. But McDonald's was the most ruthless of all. They pioneered what marketing experts now call cultural embedding. They didn't just advertise to black communities, they made themselves seem essential to black culture. They sponsored church events, community festivals, and school fundraisers. They hired black celebrities not just for commercials, but to become public advocates for the brand. When a McDonald's opened in your neighborhood, they made it feel like a black business, even though every important decision was made by white executives in suburban boardrooms. The results were exactly what they had planned. By 1990, the average black family was spending nearly twice as much of their food budget on fast food as white families. Children in black neighborhoods consumed fast food an average of 3 times per week, compared to once per week for white children. And the health consequences were starting to show. Obesity rates in black communities began climbing faster than anywhere else in America. Type 2 diabetes, once rare in children, started appearing in black kids as young as 10 years old. Keep watching, because what comes next will blow your mind.
What's up,
the corporations had their hooks in, but they still faced one problem: competition from the few remaining black-owned restaurants and corner stores that had survived the economic devastation. These local businesses knew their customers personally, extended credit during hard times, and kept their profits circulating within the community.
They represented everything fast food chains were trying to destroy: local ownership, community connection, and economic self-determination. So the chains declared war. Not openly, of course. They called it market expansion. McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, and Taco Bell began a strategy of aggressive clustering. Whenever they identified a black-owned restaurant that was doing well, they would open a franchise directly across the street or next door. They could afford to operate.
See, I knew them choosing where they gonna put their businesses was not like, you feel me, mistake. Motherfuckers do that shit on purpose. Motherfuckers do that to take their customers for real. Like that Krabby Patty shit, not the Krabby, that Krusty Krab and Chum Bucket shit, that shit is real life. Like, mind you, they might not be trying to steal secret formulas. The secret formula is they trying to steal the customers. Maybe I cracked the code. After my 25 years of living on this earth, the secret formula may be just the customers and their money. Being able to warp them and delude them into coming to continuously spending their money at my place. The food might not be no better. It just look a little better. And everybody else just been eating here for years. You see everybody else going in here, so you want to go where everybody else at type shit. Nonetheless, it may be somewhat cheaper to whatever the opposition is, the competitor is, it may be just a little bit cheaper. Whatever that 5 cents may be, that may be all motherfuckers need to go to that other spot. Because that's all they need. They need to say that extra 50 cents, and they going to go there and say that extra 50 cents. It's bogus that they started with trying to, well, not even trying to, because this is what they did, and they succeeded. This started with businesses doing this to black communities, and not even black communities, to just any other culturally owned business. You feel me? They'll put a corporation right across the street, right next door, in the same vicinity. G-snatch all their customers.
At a loss for
that
months,
shit's crazy.
Or even years.
It started to make
their suburban locations subsidized
shit I already knew, but I didn't.
But a family-owned restaurant couldn't compete with a corporation willing to lose money just to drive them out of business. Take the case of Williams Family Restaurant in Baltimore. For 23 years, the Williams family had served their neighborhood soul food, hired local teenagers, and supported community events. In 1985, McDonald's opened directly across the street.
Goddamn.
Within 6 months, a KFC opened next door.
Goddamn.
The Williams family watched their customer base evaporate as people chose convenience and lower prices over community connection. Within 2 years, Williams Family Restaurant was forced to close. This pattern repeated in city after city, neighborhood after neighborhood. Local restaurants that had survived urban renewal, white flight, and
not they economically jumping black businesses, bro. That shit is annoying, bro. And I know they most likely do that shit now to this day. They will economically jump your business, bro. And unless you got the tenants to stand on it, and the just the pace, you gotta. It's the long game out here. Everything you think is temporary, well, some things are meant to be temporary. Some things are put in facade to put in your mind to be temporary, but people have actually put the long game into it. That phase may be temporary, but that phase is also going into the long game. And motherfuckers don't put into account that that phase also plays into the long game. And this is a phase that they placed to help destroy the black community, black America, by placing certain businesses around a certain business so they could destroy it, so they don't ever get a chance to flourish. Destroy it early. Let niggas lose their hope, lose their motivation early. So as everything advances, these niggas don't have nothing to advance with besides technology. They don't have nothing to go to spend that new money that they learned with this advancement tools they done got. They don't got the money to use it because they spent all their money at this fast food place instead of spending their money with people that they can actually learn from. You can learn from a business owner on how they built their business, what motivated them, let alone you in a vicinity with all your people. You real comfortable being in the area with all your people, eating, commercing. That brings a different type of security. You feel me? You don't really have to worry about too much. You feel me? You just comfortable. You can be comfortable and secure at the same time. In our community, it's hard to do both of them at the same time, let alone outside. You feel me? It's hard to do that outside of place of your own home and be secure. Some people can't do that in their own home, which is upsetting.
Economic disinvestment finally succumbed to corporate warfare. And with each closure, another piece of black economic independence died. But the fast food industry wasn't satisfied with just controlling where people ate. They wanted to control the entire food landscape. They began lobbying city councils to change zoning laws in their favor. They pushed for restrictions on street vendors and food trucks that might offer healthier options. They fought against proposals for new supermarkets, claiming the neighborhoods couldn't support both fast food and grocery stores. In Detroit, documents later revealed through Freedom of Information Act requests show that McDonald's corporate lawyers helped write zoning legislation that made it nearly impossible for full-service grocery stores to open in certain neighborhoods, while making fast food restaurant permits almost automatic. They weren't just opening restaurants, they were rewriting the laws to ensure they would never face real competition again. The most devastating part was how they weaponized black entrepreneurship against black communities. The franchise system was designed to look like black ownership while maintaining white control. Black franchise owners took all the financial—
That's what a lot of things, not even just in fast food, I noticed. When certain businesses want to connect with their demographic or connect with the urban demographic, they'll put, sometimes if they want to connect with the youth too, they'll put a person of color as a forefront advertiser, the mascot, if you will. In my mind, they are just the mascot, the caricature to represent the company because they know they're going to connect with the urban demographic and the youth because they most likely know who that person is already outside of the business. So why not already put them here, pay them a lump sum of money to continue to be on these commercials? Or if they already have, some people already signed off on that shit, they already got the check. So they finna use you to connect with the urban community and youth niggas. And it's just helping to be part of the fucking problem. And when they want to mass produce, mass sell something to people, they going to put that person of color that is black, they going to put that nigga right there selling it. Because who sells a product better than a black motherfucker? Not a black motherfucker, but us black people. Who sells a product better than us? I'll wait.
Risk worked 80-hour weeks and faced community backlash when people realized how unhealthy the food was. Meanwhile, corporate executives collected guaranteed profits and maintained plausible deniability. If anyone complained about fast food destroying black health, they could point to black franchise owners and claim it was black-owned business. And this is where everything connects. By 1995, the transformation was complete. Neighborhoods that had once sustained themselves with locally owned grocery stores, restaurants, and markets now depended entirely on corporations headquartered in white suburbs. Money that had once circulated within black communities, supporting black jobs, black entrepreneurs,
them boys clean, boy. Look at them boys dripped out, stunned. You feel me? Stunned on them boys. You feel me? Look at those. You feel me? This is the type of fit I would put on, mind you. In modern day, I need these tailored a little bit more to the ankle. But mind you, in this time and in today's time, someone walk out with this overly clean suit. Fuck this nigga, man. Look at the hair, the comb over, some elegant. You feel me? Real. I'ma step out, show my class on these folks. Fuck nigga.
Wealth building now flowed out every single day to shareholders who had never set foot in these neighborhoods.
Look at them. They didn't look like an AI photo. Why are they standing so bogus? Like, they think they own something, not looking at the camera. Like, dickhead, y'all niggas ain't do nothing but take advantage of niggas that barely had the opportunity. You not on shit, punk ass niggas.
The health consequences were exactly what any rational person would have predicted.
Is that hair? What the fuck is that?
And exactly what corporate executives had to have known would happen.
She got blonde hair in this shit?
Obesity rates in black communities doubled between 1980 and 2000. Diabetes rates tripled. Heart disease, stroke, and hypertension all skyrocketed. Emergency rooms in black neighborhoods began seeing children with diet-related diseases that had previously only affected adults. But here's the most insidious part. When black communities started dying from diet-related diseases at unprecedented rates, the same corporations that had created the problem positioned themselves as the solution. They introduced healthier options like salads and apple slices while keeping their core menu exactly the same.
If you eating a salad, like, that's why I never trust eating a salad from these places, because, yeah, it's a salad, but how healthy is the salad? If the rest of the food is not healthy, what makes you think they're getting healthy salad? Like, this is from a healthy farm. It's not a contaminated batch of anything. Like, this is even more processed in my mind. They sprayed it with whatever FedEx, Windex chemicals they need to spray on that motherfucker, bro. I ain't finna eat no fucking McDonald's salad, Burger King salad, nigga. Mind you, they chicken wraps. Chicken wraps is on some shit, nah. But I ain't gonna eat it. I need to, now that I've worked in several fast food establishments, you feel me? But now that but since I've worked in a couple fast food establishments, it really depends on where they get their food, where the farm they get it from, and if it's homegrown, the plant, you feel me? All that shit. Majority of the time than not, I don't believe it's from a healthy farm. Regardless if they say it is, I don't believe it. Unless it's like a black owned or family owned business. Nah, gang. If you can't show me a live 4K footage of your farm with the drone flying around that bitch, I don't believe you got anything healthy to sell me, my sister, or my brother.
Salads and apple slices, while keeping their core menu exactly the same. They funded studies on childhood obesity that somehow never mentioned the role of fast food marketing.
Like, quick one, I'm gonna try not to keep pausing these hoes, but I always think about, like, imagine if they really taught agriculture, like, as a fundamental skill in your academics. Like, just how important it is to read, right? You feel me? They added agriculture and learning how to plant and recognize different things in the field, in the world, because you know the world is more than just these buildings and just what we see on TV and on this digital face. Like, we gonna come. It's gonna be times and places where we gonna want to, like, say if you like to camp, or say you just like to be outside. Even though people might not think people like to go outside, people go outside still. Teach that in your everyday academics so people can invest in and just knowing how to survive outside. That's just a natural skill that everybody should know how to do. Like, I don't know how to tie no fucking loose ass knot. You give me some rope and tell me to tie you a knot for a tent, boy, you're fucked up. You got the wrong person to tie you a knot. I'm never gonna know how to do it right now. As of today, in my 25 years of living, I know how to do any knot I could do with my you feel me, my shoelaces. I can't tell you what type of knot it is, but I could just do some shit. I could finagle a tight ass little ball of strings into a knot. I could do that shit. But to make you a specific knot with a specific meaning, a specific tools for the knot, because they have those. They have certain knots that you use for certain reasons. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how to fucking do that. I don't know. No one taught me how to do that, so I don't care to. But imagine if they incorporated that into our everyday academic and educational system to have the mind to be open to agriculture as a young person. Because maybe in certain places of the world, it is part of their everyday education. But in low income areas and, you feel me, black communities, you will never see the day where from elementary school to college, agriculture, things of that nature around agriculture is not incorporated in education like that until you get to the suburbs or certain areas of the world. You will never see the day of that. I always think about that, how far we would be in life if niggas just knew how to recognize planting, weeds, thorns, fucking poison ivy. Do you behind the camera know how to recognize poison ivy, fuck? Can you recognize poison ivy and can you recognize a random piece of weed? Cannabis in the you feel me, a random piece of cannabis in the ground, recognizing little things like that.
They donated money to
pause, because that's not just a gender specific tool to know in your life, because some people might think that's a gender specific thing to learn in life. Nah, nigga, as a man you should know how to recognize certain things in the field and in the grass so you can, you feel me, tend to the fields, tend to the flowers, tend to the grass, tend to the wildlife, because you're going to run into a wildlife in your fucking field. There's still deers out here. There's still other types of animals in this world. How you going to be aware of how to protect yourself and how to defend yourself from family and defend yourself from wild animals and other things of that nature if you were never taught it? Niggas in Australia live with the wildest bits of animals. So I can only imagine how long they've been, for generations, how long they've learned how to live and exist with these random ass dinosaurs on this planet, because Australia got all the leftover dinosaurs and big ass things we don't need on this earth on that bitch. You would never catch me in Australia. Never catch me out there.
Ensuring that criticism.
And I heard they racist too.
This wasn't just.
You'll never catch me in Australia.
This was systematic extraction.
Love the accent, but they animals and insects alone scare the shit out of me. I love Kangaroo Jack and them, but everybody else.
Fast food corporations had figured out how to turn black poverty into white wealth, black hunger into corporate profits, and black death into shareholder dividends. They had created a system more efficient than slavery at extracting value from black bodies. Slaveholders at least had to keep their property alive and healthy. Fast food corporations could work their consumers to death and simply find new ones. The numbers are staggering when you see them all together. Between 1970 and 2000, an estimated $400 billion flowed out of black communities and into fast food corporate coffers. That's money.
$400 billion. Imagine if we had, I'm not even saying take away all the McDonald's, just cut them bitches down to a quarter or a half of how much they put out. Imagine if we put $2 billion into your local black business, and it's just been building since the 60s, 70s to now. Imagine the amount of businesses we'll see right now that's been household names because they had time to flourish. These niggas G-snatched and economically jumped the fuck out of our businesses. Took all the money on, G-snatched and handicapped the health, and then try to laugh at niggas and try to point at niggas like we ain't been trying to build ourselves up from bullshit. Niggas be giving us bullshit to work with. Niggas turn bullshit into diamonds. Into fucking, what's the thing that's platinum? Turning bullshit into platinum. Diamonds. Into fine pearls and shit. Niggas still wonder how the fuck we doing that. Still want to handicap us more. Like, bro, cut the bullshit. Cut the malarkey. Like Donald Trump in them damn posts with Barack Obama, Michelle Obama. When in today's time, whenever any president did the amount of bullshit that nigga's done. That's all I'm gonna say. That nigga's done some bullshit. He said plenty of times, I've seen a clip of him saying out his own mouth that he would be the worst president of all time if he's ever elected, and he will be a Republican because he don't know what the fuck to do. And people voted that man into office. And y'all got to solve it because y'all don't listen to people of color. And y'all know who y'all is. Y'all don't listen to people of color. Y'all got to talk to yourselves. Y'all got to have that rough conversation and figure out what the fuck y'all finna do. I need that to be on the limelight of everybody need love. Not on just, you feel me, selfishness in y'all community. I need y'all to figure out how to love everybody else and be yourselves still. But just know how to be inclusive and love everybody else and not shame nobody else for what the fuck they do. Because that shit is ridiculous. What I'm doing should not offend you to the point of physical harming somebody else, bro. Chill, gang. Take a chill pill. Look in the mirror. Tell yourself you're sexy. Go sit your stupid ass back down and watch the video, bro. Because you need to chill if you on that type of time and off of niggas speaking and expressing how they feel. You get racially offended. Chill, my nigga.
That could have built black-owned grocery stores, funded black restaurants, supported black farmers, and created generational wealth for black families. Instead, it built mansions in white suburbs for executives who viewed black customers as nothing more than profit centers. And the most tragic part? It worked so well that other industries started copying the model.
Indeed.
Payday loan companies, rent-to-own furniture stores, and predatory cell phones.
Just because it's fast food don't mean any. That's what I'm saying. Businesses, not just fast food. Just because it's fast food don't mean the next business is not going to try and take that same template and rework that shit.
Companies all studied.
I'm only being specific to black-owned businesses.
The same strategies: create dependency, extract wealth, blame the victims. This is why fast food became the new Jim Crow. The old system
look like me a little bit.
Signs and laws to maintain segregation.
That nigga look like me a little bit.
The new system uses zoning laws, marketing budgets,
and
franchise agreements. The old system was obviously racist and eventually faced resistance. The new system hides behind black faces and claims to be providing opportunity. The old system lasted about 90 years. The new system has been running for over 50 years and shows no signs of stopping. Today, a black child born in urban America can expect to live 7 years less than a white child born in the suburbs. Much of that difference comes down to diet-related diseases that barely existed in black communities before fast food corporations targeted them for systematic exploitation. Every day, about 300 black Americans die from preventable diet-related illnesses. That's a 9/11 every 10 days, caused by a food system designed to prioritize corporate profits over human life.
That's bogus.
But black communities are fighting back. Food justice activists are creating urban farms, cooperative grocery stores, and community kitchens. They're demanding that cities limit fast food density and require corporations to pay living wages. They're teaching children to grow their own food and cook their own meals. They're rebuilding the food sovereignty that was stolen from their grandparents. The corporations are scared. They're spending millions on lobbying and public relations to maintain their stranglehold on black neighborhoods. They know that if black communities break free from their control, the entire system of extraction collapses. That's why they fight so hard against every urban farm, every cooperative grocery store, every effort to rebuild local food systems. The story of how fast food destroyed black America isn't over. It's being written right now in every neighborhood where people are choosing community over convenience, health over habit, and liberation over corporate control. The question is, which side of that story will you be on? If you want more stories about how corporations
Yep, Black Stories Untold. Tap in with Buddy, man. He got some heat on the channel. Cause I'm on the side of black owned businesses. You hear me? Success. I need them to succeed. Tight shit. Hold on. I was hoping this motherfucker ain't drop off like that. But anyways, hope y'all like the video. You feel me? I was gonna say something. I forgot that fucking fast, bro. Come on, man. Let me make sure. Hopefully that video wasn't alright. Cool. What the fuck was I gonna say, dog? Oh, today's like, that's what I'm happy about today. I feel like my generation, the 2000s babies, and the next 2 to 3 generations, maybe 4 generations of people growing up in the world right now. That's from like 2000, 2010, and the kids being born up to 2050. Cause I can't really speak on that honor. I haven't really planned that much honor farther in my life yet. I'm planning that much farther, but I don't want to think about anything past 2050 and how the world is going to advance, because realistically, I won't be able to imagine. They dropping new shit every day. So until it's more new shit that is completely brand new to this world, I wouldn't know how to really, you feel me, realistically estimate what the world generation would look like. But when the generations of the people that was born in 1920s through the 1950s and 60s, that generation, once all the, you feel me, the low IQ ones pass on and transition to the glory, transition back home to our Father, once them people transition on, it's going to be real pivotal. It's going to be a real interesting time in the world, because our generation is very radical. Whether y'all believe it or not, we are very radical, and whatever business we own, we standing on it. So we gonna be getting to a lot of points with each other, because if people decide to leave a lot of power, a lot of things in the next generation, which is my generation, we gonna be crashing out about whatever the fuck going on, because we are very opinionated regardless of where we stand. If it's on that side or the other side, we gonna let you know how the fuck we feel. We gonna stand on it. Can't nobody move in silence in these generations, because you see everything. Yeah, we not speaking it, but niggas got phones. So niggas gonna show a picture. Niggas gonna send a cryptic tweet, cryptic note somewhere electronically of what the fuck is going on. There's nothing done in the dark anymore. So when things are trying to be done in the dark, niggas gonna expose that shit. Niggas gonna talk about it. Niggas gonna bring that shit to light. So all this trying to do shit backdoor, it's only so long, brother. And that's speaking from the low levels of life all the way to the government, to the higher powers that be. They only got so long of being on the bullshit that they own, because people that don't like that shit are going to crash out. Am I one of the people? I'm not going to crash out right now. You feel me? Certain things ain't meant to be crashing out publicly about. I'm going to crash out where I crash out, in the space I crash out at. Whether you see it, I'd rather niggas not see me crashing out, because I'd rather operate in love. If a nigga got me riled up, no Diddy. If a nigga got me riled up, ready to crash, not crash, he deserved it. He deserved it. And, hey, learn not to make me get to that point, because I'm going to warn you to back the fuck up. You feel me? I'm a non-confrontational motherfucker. So if I warn you, if my people warn you, we've sent warnings. We are serious. Because when the real crash outs are done warning you, that crash out is going to be hysterical and historical. Shit's going to be fixed. You will fix the problem. So fix the problem before the real solution-based crash outs come in, and fix the problem for y'all. Because if you make a solution-based crash out come in and fix the problem, it will be fixed. And it's going to be put into place, so when niggas get to tweaking again, we going to have to spank that ass again. It may not be physically, it may be some other way. But we are going to put something in place to where you going to be held accountable. So everybody got to be able to be held accountable. Because, you feel me, whatever you believe in, what I believe in, they're going to hold you accountable at the very, very end of this life. But when you're trying to transition to that next life. So you can't escape that. So try to be accountable now. So when you get to that one, you already built the habit of being accountable. So you can be accountable for whatever you did on this planet. You feel me? But nonetheless, that's my little spiel. Let me know how you feel in the comments. You feel me? Did fast food ruin the Black America? In your opinion? Truthfully, let me know. Regardless of who you are, let me know how you feel about it. I don't think fast food helped the community at all. I already said I feel in the beginning. I feel like they definitely deterred us from learning to invest in how to provide for ourselves. Not to say that there aren't fast foods that, you feel me, do help benefit the community. There are some, and then there are a lot more that don't. They don't do shit. They don't have no message besides bringing you processed meat. They don't even speak your language. Some of them niggas don't even speak nothing. They just here to provide you some food and get you the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? But it's also America. You go to a McDonald's overseas, that shit could be so healthy for you, so different. It's just because we live in America. Our food is just different. I hear that a lot because I don't know if I'll go overseas and try me a fucking chicken 6-piece chicken wing from goddamn McDonald's or fucking Kentucky Fried Chicken. That shit blows my mind that there are KFCs outside of America. I'm just that's my small world thinking, man. Like, how'd you get this Kentucky Fried Chicken from Kentucky? Is this really imported from Kentucky, my nigga? But you can cook chicken anywhere. There's chickens all over this goddamn world. You can find you a chicken and fry that bitch up. It don't even have to be chicken. You could take some, fry that bitch up, and now it tastes just like chicken. We just culturally accustomed in the western side of the world to eat chicken like that. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, I just side part into it. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel. If you got a long, elaborate thought on it, join us in Discord. You feel me? That's where we get our real thoughts off of. You feel me? You can really, you feel me, ramble, rant, debate, do what you gotta do. Not just in the black community, about the black community. It could be about anime. It could be about sports. It could be about something you thought about today. A random ass thought. Niggas was talking about, does Chris Brown got more hips? What the fuck? More hits. Do he got more hits than goddamn Beyonce? I'm gonna leave y'all off with that. Y'all can leave that in the comments too. Do Chris Brown got more hits than Beyonce? I'm going with Chris Brown on that one. No bat. Till next time.